What's up troopers, my name is Neon and here we are for a brand new video. This is the best weapons in Battlefield 2042 over its recent update. This was the recent update of 6.3 and we're going to be going over the best weapons in the game. So before we get into the video troopers, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do, and of course leave a like, thank you very much. First one we're starting off is the PP29. This is a great SMG for close range combat and we're going to be using for the attachments is the Fusion Holo, as this is your regular dot sight, and if you really want to you can go for the 1.25 thermal sight as it's the same zoom level but it's just thermal. To keep yourself more accurate, I prefer to use the tactical compensator, and when it comes to my magazine types, the standard issue, and then there's the subsonics, going to actually help you out with your stealth, and then the high powered. So that's the weapon in the SMG class. I got a couple to mention in the assault rifle class. The first one is the M5A3. What I'm using for the M5A3, as it's a really nice assault rifle, is a couple of stuff you can actually use with this weapon. So of course these are the regular sights I've been going for. I go for these for all of the weapons, but there's a couple of things I like using on the other side. The tactical compensators for the better accuracy, but the shortened barrel is actually going to increase the rate of fire, and that's a really good thing to be using. If you want to use the shortened barrel, then go and use the close combat. It's going to increase the rate of fire by twice the amount, so you can shoot even faster. But if you really want to slow it down, just use the tactical compensator and then the standard issue extended. And then on the bottom side, I'm using the laser sight for that better recoil control, and then of course a better hip fire while moving. And then I use the BCG light grip for the better aim down sight accuracy, and then I use the LWG grip for the accuracy while moving, and then I use the LWG for the accuracy while moving. The next weapon's the AK-24. This is one of my favourite weapons to be used in the game, actually my most used weapon as well. This setup's a little bit more different than what I usually go for. Of course the normal sights, and I use the tactical compensator as I use that for pretty much all my weapons, but I'm actually using the wrap suppressor as my second one. On the left side of the plus menu, I use the BCG light grip because I feel like this is your go-to thing for accuracy. I actually use the nade launcher because you never really know what situation you're going to be in. I like playing a lot of conquest, so there might be some time you might need to use your nade launcher. And then my magazine types the standard issue extended with the drum mag, and then the standard issue. And the last one I want to mention in the class or the assault rifle side is the AEK. The AEK is a very hard hitting weapon. This weapon actually does up to 54 damage. This weapon's personally only good for close range, but you'll be really surprised at the way it can perform. Super deadly. I'm going for the K8 Holo with the thermal sight, and then actually I'm using the champion muzzle brake. I actually feel like this is the perfect muzzle to use as it helps you a lot more with your accuracy and your recoil. With a weapon like this shooting so fast, I feel like the laser sight is a good choice. And then I use the standard issue extended and then the standard issue. And in the LMG class we're talking about the LCMG. This is a very fun LMG to be using. You can use the short-term barrel to increase the rate of fire. Of course if you want to slow it down and be a bit more consistent, go for the tactical compensator. But I feel like the short-term barrel is my perfect choice. I go for the laser sight because you just don't know what situation you're going to be in. Maybe a close quarters situation is going to happen, so this is going to be really good for you. I use the 200 rounds close combat. It's going to increase the rate of fire, reload speed and recoil control. You do lose a little bit of range, but it's an LMG, you're going to be fine. And then I use the high power just in case I need some extra damage, and then I use the standard issue extended. And then the last one out of all of them is the BSVM. This weapon's actually been nerfed quite a lot of times actually. I feel like this weapon's been nerfed more than anything in the game. Yet with all the nerfs, it's still a very hard hitting weapon. I used the K8 and I actually used the 2.5 thermal sight. I feel like with this gun, because it does shoot a little bit more slower, I feel like having a little bit more of a thermal sight distance, it actually works out really well for me. With this weapon you can increase the rate of fire, so I use the short end suppressor. This is going to actually increase the rate of fire, so it's a bonus because it's also a suppressor at the same time. But if you want to slow down the rate of fire, then use the factory suppressor. I use the laser sight as I really like using this. It's going to really help you out with your recoil control, so I feel like the weapon's not all over the place. And so I use the high powered extended, and then I use the close combat. The close combat is also going to be very good when it comes to your laser sight, as this makes it automatic. And then my last one is just the high powered. And yeah troopers, there we go. That is the best weapons in Battlefield 2042. I hope this video helped you. If it did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, be a part of the Pink Wig Army, and I'll see you on the battlefield.